أنستوا يا ولاد ويا بنات أولاد العم والعمات إذا ما كنا مختلفون ما كنا جميل ألف أنا سبت كلنا مرتبط هذا بهذا مع الاسم ذهب ألف مرحبا إذا ما كنا مختلفون ما كنا جميل ألف أنا سبت ابكي عائلتي ابكي عليهم اللهم اغفر يا عائلتي ابكي ابكي عائلتي ابكي عليهم اللهم اغفر يا عائلتي.
This life is spiritual for everyone. Music is one of the best thing to increase these emotions. You know what I mean? To increase your connection to the fact that you don't know everything, and you know, and the universe so big.
Jumping into a room with no preparations is very like dangerous, which is a great beginning, you know. You start taking people out of their comfort zone, they need like trust, they need to feel that they're in good hands. And the idea of us going on these adventures, and our artists know that at the end of the day, if somebody's not happy with the results, we don't release. It's like all about like, I don't want to sound hippie, but like the harmony of everybody liking what's going on.
Basically, I believe that if you are create music, this tune or this track belong to this emotion that you had here, and this emotion that you had inside, or this creativity, is like a multi-mix of everything that you have in your mind. You know what I mean? Tel Aviv is an amazing place because it's a beautiful city. A lot of musicians, really talented people, as you can see and can tell. It's a really small community, so it's quite easy to do a collaboration and to like help each other and to discover together a lot of stuff.
There was a time we were one. We got broken. 1,000 pieces. 1,000 fuck yous. We gotta find each other. One by one.
A specific thing when you're running your own career is like, there's like all these demands of what should come next and how it should be and what should follow up your last single and all that like crap. And I started to think that it would be really nice to get people out of that zone, just like by setting up an environment that it's not like, first of all, on the business side of things, we don't sign anybody for life, we don't babysit anybody, we're like almost having like a one-night stand with our artists.
Working together, he mixed my album, and the weird thing was that after like talking to him, like working 10 minutes, I was sure this is my brother. I felt he's my brother, he's a part of my tribe. We're connecting so easily and so fluently as if we have memories together. And we just didn't have any memories together.
About these like test cases that like everybody's coming in new to the studio and they have like no conditioned mind of what's going to happen, and usually it's like meteors, you know, if it's successful. So it's this like, usually that first song is really magical. So I was like, I told the Eyal one time, like, why won't we open a record label that only does these things, you know, only these one meetings? And that's how we started Abe. And so originality is about how you use elements, how you highlight things and how you put them in the front, things that used to be in the back, and maybe put in the back things that used to be in the front. I think that Israel have a very original sound, and I think in the last like 5 or 10 years, it's like really find its tone. It took a long time. For many years, you opened the radio and you heard like Bruce Springsteen in Hebrew, you know, Celine Dion in Hebrew. Once people started to realize here that there is East and West in the streets and in the food and in the color of people, and there's no like one way of approaching this, but at the moment people started to really accept themselves, who they are and what they are, and the fact that there are, a lot of kids and people in my generation are half Yaman and half Russian. Everybody's mixed, and I'm talking about like hardcore mixes, east, west, to your face. You came here and you had to be like educated and like, get rid of your like weird clothes and wear jeans and whatever, like many Western places. And so by the time people were like, no, I want to just be myself, it took a long time. It's a young country, so it took 60 years, for people to really start realizing that they can just be, And once that happened, music just reflected that like this. And then you started getting Israeli sound.
I don't know what the future is. I try to find out what the present is, but I can tell you this, that because Israel is really a melting pot of so many cultures and so many people that came from different places, and it's a very small country, and it's made of so many cultures that what's happening all the time is in one side there's a fusion, but there was a lot of shame. A lot of people were ashamed of their heritage, and I think today people understand that the heritage is like your most special trait. You're not ashamed of it, or it's the opposite. You use it. You have roots. I think today there is more of an understanding that the roots are a core, but I say that as a man with no roots.
I needed this whole loophole to find myself. And a lot of my friends has been going through the same thing. So it was in us, but I resisted this music, folklore, Romanian music. Come on, that's like for old people,
All my life there were notes everywhere and notebooks, and I was writing all the time, looking at my hand and asking her, what are you doing? Why are you writing? I never felt like I have to embrace my identity as a nation. That is still weird for me till today. Till today I look at people and they're so proud of their heritage and their food. And in food I understand it, in art I understand it, but in borders I just don't understand it. It's something that is so weird for me that people are fighting for borders. I know that's the way it is, and it has been since the agriculture began, When I started singing, I didn't need to be anyone. I just was me,
That's what it does to us, and you need to like find your voice. And this is the work of an artist. This is the work.
Every tune starts from a small point, And from this point, I just go and try to explore. How can I push it to the next level, you know what I mean? To make it big, or to make it deep or psychedelic or groovy or sexy, or it depends,
And the moment you finish the song, you need to write the next song, The hunger, I think, is the present. You want the crowd, the audience to hear what you have to say, because you have things to say, Of course, we also sing in English with Lokochot, with Tamir. We're doing now an English album. That's something different, but still happening here. And it still mirrors what's happening here. So in that sense, I really feel blessed.